Kim Keefe with Kim Keefe's Team Open Doors, powered by Compass. New name, new year, new everything, and I am thrilled to be joined by Dana Prichard, who is a Woodstock friend and confidant and citizen extraordinaire who happens to work for Cary Travel Express. Now, some of you might be wondering about pandemic, travel agencies, and that's exactly why I have Dana here with me today. Dana has only been in the industry for about 23 years, so she's almost an expert. And she has, what I know about Dana is that she's traveled to some amazing places. And every time I go to Facebook, I say, oh, where's Dana today? Where's she going next week? She's always going somewhere. So we'll dive into a little more about Dana as we move on here. But Dana, I have some burning questions for you. Good day. How are you today?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, let's start with like a super hard question. What are the benefits of using a travel advisor?
Okay, well, that's an easy one. The benefits of using us, especially in this day and age, is trying to navigate the COVID restrictions with the pandemic. So that's very important. People are relying and looking to us to let them know how to go from one country to the next, what type of test is needed to enter that country. We can also save them a lot of time in doing the research, going from one destination to a next, and our relationships with suppliers and representatives that we know in the industry. So those are some things that are really important, and we can also save them a lot of money too. We know the different vendors and who might be offering the best price. So it comes down to a lot of times that we can save them a lot of money and a lot less stress by us doing the work for them.
Well, I could hear that loud and clear. And at first I apologize. There's a little bit of background noise on this, but that's because she's at a busy travel agency. Hello. Things are happening, people are booking, and that's all very exciting. So hang in there with a little bit of background noise if you can. But are you busier now than ever as a result of COVID?
Oh, definitely. During the pandemic, our agency alone, we never closed for a day, and we actually hired on 2 new people. So we have been busy, and that whole time, many times it was rebooking trips or postponing trips, finding different destinations for people to travel to, but we have been nonstop busy. So wow, it's been good.
That's great. And I can certainly appreciate by using a travel agent and being able to, hey, we can't go, someone's sick, something happened, how can we rebook this? And to have someone help in that regard, what a time for someone who is looking to travel and to do it safely, I guess. Is that something that when I booked something through you from your advice standpoint, can you say, Kim, that might not be the country you want to go to right now? Is that a part of the process for you?
Oh, absolutely. And there are some countries that have a lot of restrictions or a lot of hoops that you have to jump through. So we're going to help them with that, and we'll make recommendations. If it's too difficult to go to one area, we'll recommend something else for them. So that is all part of what we do here.
Okay, super. So now I've seen there's a list of some of the places that you have been already, and Colombia, Cancun, of course. Let's see, Cuba, which is something on my list. Bermuda, I've been there. Montenegro, Croatia, Budapest. There's some great places. By going to these places, is that where your niche market kind of comes from, or what do you consider your niche?
I would say definitely destination weddings and multi-generational trips. So that's probably where I spend probably half of my day. And that just was because it was a lot of fun when I was planning my own daughter's destination wedding. So I became very involved with it. And now that's what I do a lot of, is sending people on these destination weddings. But most of them are the tropical destinations, like the all-inclusives, Cancun, Punta Cana, Jamaica. Those are some of the real popular destinations, but I can really send them anywhere. And this month alone, I have 6 different destination weddings in February, and they're all over the world.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And 2 of my daughters did get married in Mexico. So it's been really fun for me to get involved with the destination weddings, with the families that are going, the friends, and I really like it a lot. It's not easy for a lot of people. It's a lot of detail, sometimes can be pretty difficult, but I kind of am that type of person. I love that. I kind of thrive when I'm super busy and doing a million things at once. So
awesome.
I like it.
That is such an interesting niche to have. I did not know. And what a great just kind of avenue for folks as they are looking for just different avenues, weddings and locations. And we've seen the wedding industry really blossom with venues in the McHenry County and surrounding areas. And boy, to have a wedding though outside of even your normal Cancun, that sounds really fascinating.
Yeah, it is really fun. It ends up being a huge cost saving factor for the bride and groom and the parents. It's a lot cheaper than a typical wedding that you would do here. So I don't think people realize how much of a financial savings it is. So yeah, that's something that's been really helpful. And they have been skyrocketing with popularity, really.
Awesome. Awesome. Really good. Well, I have one more question for you, at least one question for you. What do you think the future of travel is post-pandemic? Because we're going to get to the other side of this.
Yes, that's a good one. And what we're noticing here in our office is that a lot of people are not waiting for their bucket list trips. They're taking them maybe sooner than they originally would have. I know that we were only, shut down or told to stay home for a few months. But I think that amount of time seemed like an eternity for some people. So people are really wanting to go to places that they didn't foresee themselves going to for about 5 or 10 years down the road. They want to go now. They also are spending more money than what we're used to them spending in the past. They don't care what it costs. They just want to go. They're not going to wait any longer. And I think they're getting afraid that something might come in their way of going on these trips of a lifetime. So we're seeing them do these bucket list trips sooner and going with more friends and family on these trips. So I think people are really spending a lot more money than they were willing to spend before too.
Right. That's incredible. And I know that for myself, we haven't been anywhere outside of a car drive for a couple of years. And so there is a pent up demand. I had even talked about booking a trip for like 2023 and doing it someplace exotic and then like challenging myself to learn a language so that I would make it something really big and then practice my new language as a result of, kind of my COVID extra time. But
right.
What is extra time? I laughed at one of the responses to my request to you for your biography was more along the lines of just how much fun you were having between your extended family, the millions of grandkids you have, and wishing that your day was more than 24 hours long. So
right.
I can't think, I've wished that on a few times, but it was for work usually. So I'm so appreciative that you're wanting to have longer days for fun. So it goes in line with your mission and your work and your play and good for you. I do want to point out the scenery behind me, probably recognize.
Oh yeah.
The Brooklyn Bridge, that is where I was engaged. So
Oh,
there's
nice.
a special place in my office here. Not a background, it's an actual Photoshop thing. So Dana, any closing thoughts, any place, where's your next trip? How's that?
Actually, I just booked it today and it is Cancun. So that is next month. It's pretty difficult to get away in January and February in this business because we are so busy sending everybody else away. But I think after 6 weddings this month, I need just a few days break before I can, regenerate myself and get away for a couple days. I want to check out a new resort that I was at the ribbon cutting ceremony for in December, and I want to go back there. I had my husband on the trip and he loved it, and he said, I want to go back to this resort. So I just booked it today, and that's where I'll be going next month. So I'm very excited. But yeah, 2021, I traveled on more trips than I have in the past years, and I ended up taking 11 trips during 2021. So to say that you cannot travel, that is definitely absolutely not true. And it was probably one of the best years of my life, being able to visit a lot of different places during the pandemic. So I look forward to planning a lot of trips. I just haven't had enough time to plan my own trips. But one of these days, I'm just going to sit up all night if I need to and get some more stuff on the books for myself, because I need trips to look forward to. So
I love it. I love it. So as common for the new year, I just picked my word today. I know it's February, but I picked my word today for the year. And the word is restore. And there are so many ways that speaks to me. But one of the ways right now, restore speaks to me is in the form of a vacation, and a great opportunity to get away from the daily life and to recharge your batteries. And perhaps I'll be in touch to schedule my next vacation, Dana, with you.
sounds great. I'd love to. Thank you.
Super. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Dana. It has been an absolute pleasure. You can find Dana on Facebook. We'll put her contact information here at the end of this video. And thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kim Keefe, and I'm thanking Dana Prichard for her expertise. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.